The setup of the TL2900 is very simple. First, determine the size wire you should use and set up the TL2900 to crimp accordingly. The convenient wire size chart quickly helps you determine the appropriate size wire to use based on the number of sheets in your document. Next, use the single adjustment knob to simply dial your wire size into the display window. The knob adjusts the position of the lid on the TL2900, ensuring an even and consistent crimp on every size document. Turn the knob clockwise to increase the wire size, or counterclockwise to decrease the size. The display window shows the approximate range for each size of wire. The wire size can be adjusted to appear anywhere within the window to achieve the desired crimp. The TL2900 allows users to crimp wire elements from 1/4 inch or 6 millimeters to 1 1/4 inch or 32 millimeters. After closing a sample wire element, you may want to make fine adjustments to achieve the perfect wire crimp by turning the dial. A proper wire crimp is achieved when the top of the narrow loops just touches the top of the wide loops. This prevents pages from slipping out during shipping or use. The convenient LED display helps guide you through the 3 easy steps of wire binding with the TL2900. First, load the wire onto the hooks. Simply hold the wide loops of the wire facing down behind the hooks. Position the wire with the first hook falling between the first and second loops of the wire. Gently roll the element towards you so that each loop sits onto the hooks in an upright position, ready for loading. Second, load the paper onto the twin loop element. Your presentation, including index tabs and oversized covers, can be loaded all at once for smaller documents or in separate lifts for larger ones. Finally, close the lid of the TL2900. The LED display will indicate to push and hold the 2 activation buttons on the sides of the system. When your document is crimped, the LED display will read "Done." Remove your bound twin loop document from the hooks by lifting straight up from the bottom of the document. If you accidentally remove your hands from the activation buttons too soon, the TL2900 will reverse its binding cycle without damaging the wire element. The helpful LED display will indicate that you need to redo the bind again. Simply depress the 2 activation buttons again until the LED says your document is done. The TL2900's single-position load and bind design is revolutionary. Traditional wire closers require the user to load the wire into the punched document by hand. Moving the document without compromising the wire's position is usually difficult. The TL2900 eliminates this step entirely, making twin loop binding easier than ever. You can add and delete very simply with wire binding. Grasp one end of the wire, and with 2 easy pulls, you can remove the wire element from your book. Now, just add or delete as needed. Occasionally, the wire loading hooks may need to be replaced. Fortunately, the design of the TL2900 allows the user to change the hooks easily and begin binding again in minutes. Additional hook sets and an instruction label are included with every TL2900.